Hey guys, this is E.G. Fisker guy bringing you guys another video. In this video I wanted to tell you about the dangers of marijuana because I it took me a long time to realize what weed was doing to myself because I was giving it the benefit of the doubt. But I just want to let you guys know that weed, especially if you're on a spiritual path, it ain't for you sometimes. Because what weed can do, it can make you addicted to it and it can only make you want to smoke it and not want to do anything in your life. So keep that in mind. Like in terms of like you going to the beach and pulling in that divine energy from that natural place in a sense. You have that on your mind, right? But you start to smoke and then you start to lose interest in doing what you plan to do. That can happen very easily off weed, especially if you're smoking an indica and if you're smoking a sativa. I mean, it might give you a boost, but you might be too in your narrative mind to the point where you're thinking from that and not thinking from your true self. So it can play in all those parts. And another thing, the weed makes you open in the realm of the weed itself, and sometimes the weed we smoke is not natural. So we have to take that in regards of like all the energies that has been accumulated of the unnatural part. So we have to take that in regards of smoking it, and that can somehow hinder us. So we always have to keep in mind of, keep that in mind. Like the weed today is different than what the weed was. The natural weed played a big part on being pure within us. But the more they alter it, the more they change it, the more they put their own intention to it, the more we're not going to get much out of it. So right now, if you ask me, leave the weed alone if you're on a spiritual path. Leave the weed alone. And I just left the weed alone. I've been smoking it for a long time. So whenever you stop smoking it is when you get your power back. So don't act like you got to catch up because your energy is already there. But it's when you smoke it, it pretty much nozzles it down to this point to a point where you can't get past it. So leave the weed alone, and I swear you will literally find all the stuff that you've been missing out on. It doesn't take time. Just stop smoking this shit. Don't smoke it. Leave it alone. Now don't get me wrong. Weed makes you creative. Weed makes you more in tune with your how you really are in your thoughts when it gets down to when you use it sacredly. But when you abuse it and you're smoking all this other shit, it's going to alter your emotions in a sense, especially if you're not strong. It's going to alter your mood. It's going to make you think of things you really don't want to think about. You know what I mean? And it's just always good to keep your mind pure, especially pure at this moment. If you want to smoke CBD, go smoke some